think there was something with the settings. Yep, everything's working. I see yeses. I see
Aha,
nice
I can
yes.
hear me now.
Ah, nice. So let's start back again. So you're from Mexico. You work in a bakery and AT&T. Uh, oh my God, people are spamming me in Discord now. Awesome. So let's start with all the way back. So why did you try to start lucid dreaming?
Oh, that was because I couldn't tell the difference apart from dreams.
So like in the beginning, you just all your dreams were like the same, or you couldn't see the difference between real world and dreams.
Yeah, well, all of my dreams start like me waking up
Yeah.
and looking at my real life. Basically, I will be on the dream for like 30, 40 minutes, and then
Mm-hmm.
wake up again and start again. So it was real frustrating. I didn't know really how to differentiate between reality and my dreams. So I wanted to be able to know what exactly was real and what not. That's the reason why I want to lucid dream. So between 4 and 5, I
Mm-hmm.
was real confused until I got my first lucid. It was a nightmare at 5. When I was 5, I got a nightmare going to some church and getting attacked by demons. I
Mm-hmm.
realized right away that it was a dream because it was different, because there was monsters and powers and things. So I started to pursue lucid dreaming back then.
Oh, that's cool. And was it more like precocious? Because jeez, how do you say it? Psychosis, like this. Wait, I'll just send it to you in a message, because I'm so bad in English, man. This was it like this at the beginning, because you said you couldn't take them apart. So was it like
Yeah.
you were stuck in into two worlds?
Yeah, it was real difficult back then. I mean, I literally couldn't tell until like I was about to finish school if I was talking to real people or to dream characters. So for me, there was no difference between the two. And when I got that nightmare, I knew that it was possible to get more dreams like that. So I asked one of my brothers who could control his dreams,
Yeah.
but he didn't give me any advice. His advice was, "Oh, it's just real easy. Just realize you are dreaming, and that's it." Because he's a natural, so I didn't know what to do, and that's why I kept failing for so many years.
Oh, that's not nice of him. But what did you try? What did you try back then? Like what techniques, or how did you try it?
Well, back then, I didn't know any techniques. So the only thing that I tried was to tell the difference apart using I know now, that is a reality check. I was checking smells, I was checking the taste of things, I was checking where the things on my room will be located, how people react, the light of the sun, shadows. I was checking basically everything I could check, anything I will learn at the school about animals, about physics. I will be checking on that too for years and years and years, and nothing worked until gravity reality check was found later on when I was 13. On when I was doing a walk, I did it at the beginning of the night, and I was able to find that gravity, or in this case, my weight, was different from reality.
Cool. So like you legit tried everything, like every sense, like learning everything about the world to know the difference.
Yeah.
That's super cool. So what helps you improve during this time? Like, was it instant from nothing to like omni, or was it like going slowly and it progresses slowly like everyone else here?
Well, once I was able to induce my first while, like At first I was very excited because I got lucid in a dream from the beginning,
Mm-hmm.
and so I just didn't know what to do. I was very excited. I started to fight some aliens that were on the dream. There was some kind of maze, but after that, I started to panic because I was losing the dream. And I wanted to know exactly what was different. What was different was gravity, and after I started like checking on it all day long,
Mm-hmm.
it took me like 1 month to get my first lucid. And then over the next 2 months, I started to get more and more lucid dreams every night until I was lucid all night long.
That's must be a great feeling. Do you still have like the feeling what it would be if you didn't had this? Like if you didn't never got lucid, how would life be different this way?
Yeah, actually, truth to be told, I was afraid of falling asleep back in the day because I didn't know which one was real and which one was not. So I tried not to sleep ever after 1 or so p.m. because I was afraid I would be trapped inside of a dream loop.
So you
Like I would just be waking up back into a dream forever.
so you were almost like sleep deprived as a little kid.
Yeah, I was actually afraid until I was 13. I just didn't want to sleep.
That's insane, but luckily everything went well, and now you're Omni, like a dream that comes true. I think because like a lot of people want what you have in our server.
No, it wasn't so much effort. More like I was so afraid that I didn't want to stop. Like that was my only escape from that fear that I had. I mean, if I were to fall asleep in the middle of the day, I would just be in another false awakening and continue from there. I could be moving, for example, today be here in my house and tomorrow move in waking life to another state. And in the false awakening, I will be on the other state, the same people in the other state, and everything the same as in the new place I located to. So
Oh,
changing locations didn't work for me either.
oh, so you were legit stuck in two dimensions, you can say.
Yeah, I was basically stuck in there.
Yeah, luckily everything went well. So we had like an introduction, and now we have like at least 60 questions of other people. So we just go over some of the questions people asked. I have like a randomizer, and I will just use the randomizer, and we gonna
Yeah, sick.
use the questions. So let's start with the first random question. Here we go. Ooh, loading. It's the question from Foxy. What are the top three anchors in your opinion, and why?
The top three anchors for a while.
Well, just top three anchors in your opinion. So I think he also meant with reality checks.
Oh, okay. Well, in my opinion, the top three things we can use is one, the dream itself, because it's going to anchor you to the dream and
Mm-hmm.
also to keep your mind awake. The second one that I used to do was actually feeling where I was sleeping at. So the bed, like tactile, which I think is the reason why File is so popular because it's something you actually touch. And the last one, which actually happens a lot while I have SP, is sounds. Normally for me it's whispers and people saying that they're going to murder me, but that's what I use for an anchor.
Oh, that sounds badly. So they just say that they wanna murder you in your sleep.
And
Yeah.
actually, I remember that it's whenever I have it like that, when I enter a dream from that sound, I would just be like in a room with a lot of people trying to kill me, and I kill them back. So it's fun.
You're faster than the speed of light. So okay. Our next question is from No Name for You. Now that you have all this knowledge, what is your current goal? Next question is from No Name for You. Now that you have all this knowledge, what is your current goal?
Cool. Well, I'm trying to do a lot of things. The main one, dream wise, is fight those who are called the beers because they're like the strongest uh, dream beings that I know of. And the second one, I want to try to learn how to control my real body from within a dream by passing sleep paralysis.
So you want to be sleepwalking?
But like being control of that.
Yeah, that will be awesome. Okay, the next question is from Gabe. Do you think lucid dreams are not actually lucid and just an expansion, or do you think your thoughts is actually free? Or do you think your thoughts is actually free?
Oh, I see that one. I actually think it's free. I mean, on our perspective as humans, we can know if we are actually free. We don't know if we actually have free will. So I don't actually consider that in the end it's any different. We cannot prove it, so why take any any of that for decrementing our dream perception? I mean, we don't know if we're real. We don't know if we have free will in reality. So why take care of that on dreams? I just take as if I am actually free and doing whatever the hell I want. It's not
Hmm.
going to change my experience. So
Yeah, why would it? So the next question is always again random, but it's again from Gabe. Do you think lucid dreaming is difficult? In what way? And are they difficult until you notice the right technique, or is it always a struggle?
not only on the dreamer, but also on what people have before being a dreamer. For example, most of us have been taught that dreams are not even useful. Like, hey, it's just a dream, forget about it. So that's what we do. And then it's difficult because our brain has learned for so many years that they don't need to be remembered, that they don't hold any meaning, that they have no importance in our lives at all. But for example, when I taught my nephews and my nieces how to lucid dream, for them it was real easy. Not all of them are still lucid dreamers, only two, which are basically lucid at least 2 or 3 times a week. But for them, it's easy to keep going on with it because they learn to do it from early on. So I think it's more about the mindset that we're being given by society that is making it either harder or easier for us. So once you change that mindset, it becomes easier for you to go ahead and become lucid in the long run. There might be some exceptions, like for example, in my case with the false awakenings, but I think in general it should be easier once you change that mindset.
Mm-hmm. So yeah, do you think like if you are like born like if you be born and directly start learning about it, do you think it would affect it a lot more, or do you think like it's just mindset?
I think if you start learning from the beginning, it's going to be a lot easier. You're like ready to get all this new information. You're just learning about how the world works. So if you're taught how to do it from the very beginning, then it's going to be easy to take control over your dreams because for you, when you're a child, it's like they're both the same.
Mm-hmm. So we got the next question from our favorite girl in the server, Parsley. Why do you usually take on an antagonistic role against humans in your dreams? So why are you always fighting humans or killing them, etc.?
Oh, it's not that I actually hate humans. I just, in dreams, for me, every single bit of life is the same because they are all a part of me. So if humans are killing other life beings without caring about it, I will go ahead and just take out the humans from that planet. So because humans tend to kill other species a lot in dreams, that's the reason why basically I kill them. But I have taken out other species. I normally take the antagonistic role so that they will have something to band together to fight, and then they won't be killing each other out.
Yeah, so you basically say humans are just usually the worst.
Yeah.
Okay, the next question from Iron Man. How could one rush to get high level at Lucid Dreaming besides all the mega obsession?
One. I mean, if you want to get real good at streaming but also fast, it's going to be difficult unless you already have changed that mindset. So being stressed over not getting lucid normally makes it more difficult, which is going to slow down the process. So unless you go like make obsession, that is going to be a roadblock. That's why sometimes I tell people to take a break when they're being stressed over the process.
So,
So in my opinion, the fastest way to go at lucid dreaming will be to just do a simple night meal because it's just like doing something simple, but it keeps the lucid dreaming part on your mind without stressing about getting lucid or not.
so basically, you say mild is the best mindset you can have. Easy and
Yeah,
simple.
like a relaxed mindset.
Yeah. Okay, the next question is from No Name for You again. What things you find in dreams? Oh, wait, what things you find in your dreams about yourself?
See, that I like to take control over things, like real like to take control over things. That's why I take in my hands, delivering judgment over the dream characters. Um, I also found out about some of my fears, and I was able to change it even.
Cool.
For example, I didn't know that I was afraid of spiders until it happened in dreams because, well, I'm a biologist, so I like animals in general. But when I tried to play with them in dreams, I was always afraid of them. So I worked with that until I was not always afraid, and I was able to work with them also in waking life.
Oh, that's cool. So you're just basically helping your waking life with your sleeping life.
Yeah.
So okay, next question is from Torenberger. What has given you the motivation to lucid and do other things in life, and what gives you the reason to wake up in the morning?
Oh, well, to lucid dream is just to have fun, to enjoy more my waking life. Um, I don't have too many motivations. I just care about doing whatever I feel is right. Maybe helping someone here, growing, in my life, getting more a little bit more money so life can be a little bit more comfy. Trying to get the company growing so we can help more people.
Do you mean like helping more people by like the bakery, or helping more people in another way?
Bakery. I mean, the bakery is just like way to the means. What I want to do actually in the long run is to make it so that our workers start to go back to school and create machines to do the work for them. So basically, give them a lifelong job without having to be working all day long. Like they just will be going to check on the machines and have the rest of the week free for themselves,
Oh yeah,
but they still get paid the same.
so that's great. You're just helping others to survive, like the yeah to survive. Okay, the next question is from Ricketts. How did you achieve 300 years time dilation, and did it actually feel like 300 years, or was it just a series of events that felt species apart? Species.
Oh, actually, it feel like I was there for the 300 years, but that is just time perception. I mean, for us, when you're real bored, it's going to feel like you're going through a lot of time, and it might be only a 1 minute. And when you're really engaged in something, it might be for several hours, and you only feel like you went there for 10 minutes. So that's what I use in dreams. I try to mess with my perception of time, so it's going to feel longer. And then what I believe that happens is that the dream is playing like at super high speed, but because my perception is now like skewed, I'm going to be feeling like it's actually being longer, like I'm actually playing it at normal speed. For example, in that 300 years dream, what I was doing most of the time was waking up, washing myself, going to the forest, talking to the animals that were in that forest. I will be going every month or so over to the civilization that was next to the forest and check on the humans and how they were growing. I will also be killing humans if they were moving too far from their place and over to my forest because I don't want them to go and invade my place.
Yeah, that's crazy. Do you still do time dilation, or are you now on hold?
No, I don't like to do actually time dilation too much because it makes me feel like the dream is more important than my waking life, and I like both. So I try to keep time dilation to a minimum unless someone asks me to do it. For example, the 300 years dream was a request from Sensei, I think. I don't remember. Someone asked me to do it for several years, so I tried to do it.
And then it was 300 years instead.
I don't like to be in the dream for too long. I mean, you have to have some balance between waking life and dream life.
Yeah,
So
of course. Okay, the next question is from Parsley again. Why do you like to have nightmares, and what kind of nightmares are your favorites?
oh, I like to have nightmares because they were the only escape I had back in the day from that horrible reality where I didn't know if I was real, if my mom was real, if people around me were real. So nightmares were the only way I had to know that I was still in the real world because I knew that I was dreaming and I would be waking up to reality. They were my escape. So I started to like those nightmares. So any nightmare that is different from reality is going to be welcomed by me.
So do you also like horror movies? Because they are basically nightmares. Would you hear you give?
Yes, I can hear you. Can you
Uh,
hear me?
yes, I can. I asked, do you also like horror movies? Because they are basically nightmares.
Oh yeah, I do like horror movies. They're great, especially if they give you a nightmare.
Like it, the Pennywise, the clown. Ooh. Parsley has again. Parsley is lucky today. She has like a really basic question. Where will you start journaling again?
Woo. Probably today. I was trying to write down my dreams today before the podcast, but that didn't go too well.
What did you dream of today?
Yeah, I was actually having some weird dream with characters from My Hero Academia. I actually saw Toga.
Uh, I, I I didn't watch Hero Academy, but it sounds like a lot of fun. Ooh. Next question again for no name. Like people are getting lucky here. What things have you find in your dreams about yourself? Oh wait, we already had this question, right? Yeah, we had.
Yep.
It's not random. Give me a random one. Okay. Again, no name. No name is just a lucky man of today, man. Why do you still practice lucid dreaming? Hukif. Did you hear the question?
Yes, I was talking to my husband.
Oh, no problem. So why do you? Oh, you listened? You know it?
No name, right?
Why do you still practice lucid dreaming?
Okay, why do I still practice lucid dreaming? Because it's fun. It's free. It's on my free time, so I don't have to spend pretty much anything to do it, and I do it when I'm resting, and also I'm going to be able to learn new things, to study, to check if I want to, for example, check what is going to happen in my dreams later on. I can check it through a dream.
Oh yeah, that's cool. Like I'm going to the random items, but they keep going to some of the same ones. Oh, here's a new one. Gray asked you, how did your PRs come to exist? Did you purposely create them, or did you find them, or were the laws created by you, if there are any?
Oh, for my words, the
Mm-hmm.
first one, it wasn't mine. When I stopped having like full control of my dreams,
Mm-hmm.
that is when that one came to be. I used to be able to do anything in my dreams, but I didn't like it. I didn't like to have any challenge, being able to do everything I want just by thinking about it. So I gave up all of that
Mm-hmm.
and just entered the dream, but now weaker. When that happened, I was kicked by one of the dream characters to that world, and over time, I was able to conquer it. So what I did later on in all of my other worlds was basically invade a place that was already there,
Mm-hmm.
then insert some of my creatures to be able to control the place myself, and then took over.
So, and were there
So these
any
were really the actions invaded.
cool? But were there also any laws, or did you create laws, or there were just no rules, so you can just do anything you want?
Guardians. Laws.
Yeah.
Laws were for me basically. When I created dream laws, they were to control my powers. So basically, the laws I have are for my dream body. If I die, I'm going to lose all my dream powers. I'm going to lose my dream memories of that life. I'm going to lose my essence as a dream character in that place. So I'm going to be changing completely, and the dream is going to continue like nothing happened. And I'm going to start again in the same world that I was in, but in a different place.
Oh, that's cool. So you're basically just like you have like a game like RuneScape or Hardcore Iron Man. So if you die, you have to start completely over. That sounds like so much fun, but also I think annoying if you die, because like you have to start all the way over again. Or is it not annoying to die? Is it just fun to start over again?
I actually don't like that to die because well, I lose everything. The first one was a big shock for me because I wasn't expecting it to happen. It wasn't a fight, so I was very angry about the fact that I died without fighting back.
No.
Um, the second time I chose it, so basically I committed dream suicide by fighting a few cool dream characters. The third time I did it again on my own. I was trying to get rid of some things I had sealed back in 2009 inside myself in dreams. So I am trying that to be the last one and just keep going from now on with the same dream body I have right now.
Oh, that's cool. Next question is from Iron Man again. How to find your own way of self-awareness? Because of course with the gravity reality check and everything else, I think he means like how to find like his own self-awareness reality check.
Well, you need to know about your dreams before that happens. I mean, I had a lot of time between the time when I started practicing to when I found gravity, so that's the reason why I was able to go so fast from no lucid dreams to lucid dreams all night. So that's why it's very important to keep a dream journal and look at the things that are going through your dreams, so you know exactly what is going on, what are you feeling during the dreams, and what time of things happen more often than not, so that you're going to be able to find what your mind is always looking at in waking life, like automatically, and then you can use that to your advantage to do it, but not automatic anymore. Like just focus on it consciously, so you can be lucid in all of your dreams.
Mm-hmm. The next question is from Wolfenheimer. Is your memory of dreams dialogue accurate down to the word, or is it like pseudo accurate in the same way that the average person recalls what their friend said 15 minutes ago?
Well, it used to be down to the word because I had a lot of time, so I could wake up, think about the dream again, remember everything in detail. Now that I don't have as much time, unless it's one of my free days, it's going to be like just the gist of what happened. So it's not as accurate anymore unless I sleep in. Like for example, today before waking up, I was talking to the dream character I was fighting, the
Mm-hmm.
one that was Toga. I was telling her that she needed to bring me to her boss because I was going to kill them all. She didn't quite like that, and the boss was some kind of demon, but I still got to kill them all.
That's at least a lot of fun. Okay, the next question is
Yeah.
from Lucidorio. Tell us about scan and how you would practice it. We have heard about it, the outside of visualization method, but there seems to be some more complex ADA involved. We do love to hear about it. So, can you explain scan, or is that almost impossible?
It's not impossible. It's the super long question. I think it is. Gotcha. So for me, I explain always skin like this is your body, and you know how it feels. So if something happens to you in your body, you're going to know right away because it's a part of you. So in a dream, when you're using a scan, you basically expand your consciousness around the dream, and the dream around you becomes a part of your body. So you know what is going on and what is happening. Basically, it's a way to gain information by taking over the dream, see, uh, without actually being the dream itself. I mean, you can combine with the dream, and a lot of people do it. Like Car, for example, she takes over dream characters using that dream feeling.
Mm-hmm.
But that's how you do it. Like the dream becomes a part of your body, and now you know everything that is going on. You can actually read back on the dream history because that's something that happened to you.
So, how would someone practice that? Like, is it only possible in dreams, or is it also possible to do it like in a waking life?
Oh, it's easy. When I started doing scam back in the day, I wasn't real like I wasn't very good at it. What I did was start with the small things. I would be touching, for example, a table and try to feel everything that happened when someone was touching the same table. when they were touching it without looking at it. So I will be closing my eyes a lot in dreams to try to feel everything that was going around me without actually seeing what was happening. And that's how I started to practice scan in dreams back in the day. Then I start to expand my consciousness without having to touch things and just kept moving forwards until I was able to just do it with a full planet or things like that and just continue moving forwards.
So, do you think in the end, scan make you Omni or GRC?
It's already Omni before scan, so it's hard to tell. Um, Scan helps you to know how a dream feels. So if you're not Omni before then and you master scan, I think you can become Omni because it's going to tell you how a dream feels whenever you access to a dream.
Hmm. So, next question is from Blue. What if you woke up one day and it turned out that your whole entire life up until now was nothing but a dream?
Actually, that was my waking life before. I mean, I will be waking up, and all of my day before then was a dream, and it kept happening for years and years and years and years. So that's already happened before, and that's why I was afraid of sleeping, of having dreams, of waking life in general. I was just like confused about life in.
In general, yeah. So you sure Blue's happy? Okay. Next question is from Gabe. Do you think there are any drugs that are okay to take to help with lucid dreaming, or are they stopping us from learning it fully?
Well, for drugs, I think it depends how you define them. A lot of the things we call drugs is nothing but a compound that has been extracted from something that is already in nature. For example, B6, B12, those are going to help you with memory recall. For example, with melatonin, that's going to be another compound that was extracted. So, and there's people that are going to be eating healthy in order to get better at certain things.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, if it's something that you're controlling, like you don't get addicted to it, it's okay. I don't have any in particular because I don't like to do it. But I mean, I don't tell people not to do it if they're not abusing this substance, because anything that is going to be an excess for your body is going to be bad for your body also.
Mm-hmm. That's a great answer. So the next question is from Giant05. So, what are good methods to learn for lucid dreaming? And he said to rate them on their efficiency and hardness to learn.
Oh, I always say that the best one is mild, because it's going to be easy to do it. You don't have to spend a lot of time. You don't lose a lot of dreaming time or sleeping time in this case. It's going to get the idea on your mind over time. So it's like changing the mindset without having to be actively working on it. That's why I always direct people that are new to lucid dreaming to try that first, and then move from there, from what they get from mild over to learn new things they might be able to do to get lucid.
So in the end, do you believe in like methods, or do you just believe what feels best for you is best for you, and no methods will help you in the big picture?
Pretty much, yeah. Yeah, I mean, whatever feels the best for you is what you gotta do.
Mm-hmm.
Or for example, I had a friend I was trying to teach to lucid dream.
Yeah.
I tried to go with the normal mild, and then he told me he will be falling asleep to listening to music and enter a dream. So basically, he is natural at will. So he went with that, and he can get basically lucid whenever he wants to.
Oh yeah, that's
So
that's
just
that's cool.
whatever the hell feels right to you.
So you hear that from the one and only. Do whatever feels right to you. Okay. Uh,
Yeah.
Parsley. Yeah, Parsley's lucky as well. I used to think that you actually ate people with your mouth when you said you ate them in your dreams, but I heard you might mean that you absorb them. Do you eat or absorb or both?
Oh, okay. I actually do both. Normally when I do it, and I never do it with my real mouth because I wouldn't be able to eat whole people in just one bite using that. So normally what I do is transform my mouth into one of those big ass jaws, like some of the fishes in the sea, and just take bites of some of the creatures. Another thing I do is just absorb something with my body. One of the examples when I actually did it with my normal mouth was when fighting shadow people. Uh, they were I was going out on my dream of the house to transport to Dreamworld. Then there was these shadow people right there in front of me, looking at me with red eyes and making everything feel like a nightmare. So I got excited and I jumped over to the shadow person and started biting their shoulder off, and they started screaming. So I was like, "Oh no, you're not getting out of this!" And it became a fight with a lot of them, just eating them slowly. And I have never had trouble with shadow people since then.
That sounds like it was a nightmare for them, not for you.
Yeah.
Oh my god. Okay, next question from Iron Man. What's the reason why some beginners fail while others begin and succeed really fast?
For that, I think it's mostly to do with the technique they are using. It has to do with whether you find the technique you need to use or what works for you faster than others. And also, there are some people that just are trying for the sake of trying, so they don't stress about it, and it's easier for them to reach that point where they find what is going to be working for them.
Hmm. So in the end, just find what fits to you, and if that works perfectly, you will get you grow quicker than if you don't.
Yeah.
So next question is from No Name for you. What things in the dream can you control that influence the outside real life?
Hmm. Well, I can wake half of my body. I learned to do this because, well, I was a student back then, and my mom would wake me up from my dreams a lot. So I tried to stop her, and I learned to wake half my body, tell her that I was going, so she will not bother me for another 5 or 10 minutes, then go back to the dream and finish whatever I had to do.
That sounds insane. I also heard that you did it also at school.
Oh yeah, I did at school too. Well, for example, in my first 2 or 3 class, I will be falling asleep, and I will be listening to the teacher inside my dream while doing other things in the dream. So if they told me, "Hey, stop sleeping, you're not paying attention," I will be like, "Yes, I did. You say this, and this." So they never told me anything because they thought I was just closing my eyes to to
To
listen to them, but I was actually just in my dream having fun.
and how did the other students react to that?
Oh yeah, that was cheating completely. I got several of my classmates to try lucid dreaming because of that because they went to sleep.
Yeah, that sounds so much fun. Okay, I'm going to go to some questions that are not in the randomizer. And there are other edits like after I edit them to the randomizer. Let's see. What's Ricketts ask best mantra for melt? What's the best mantra for melt?
I hear you.
Did you hear the question?
No, there was so much echo I couldn't hear. I only hear that it was from Rickens.
Yeah. Okay. What's the best mantra for mouth?
Oh, I don't do mantras. My thing is gravity reality check. So
Yeah. Maybe you can better ask like Parsley or Naya for this question because
yeah,
they
mostly
both
not
know
yet.
they both know it better. I think. Evans asked in the chat, can you switch to the third person view?
Third person view.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, that was actually one of my powers back in the day. I used to switch over to third person, so I will be watching the full scenario of the fight. And I think Card does it also a lot for controlling the dream world. So it's real easy. The only thing you need to do is leave your body, or like try when you use scan also you can just switch the point of view that you're having. So it's not that difficult to just change over to third person or go back to another dream body.
Mm-hmm. And the next question is from Refills. What would you do to break a dry spell?
To break a dry spell, well, just keep going. Uh, well, first, if there is a lot of stress, you have to take a little bit of your time to take that out. Just take the stress out, relax for a little bit, maybe 1, 2, 3 days, awake even, and then just go back to normal, like nothing ever changed. Because if you think that there was changes done to the dream, to your dream life, or to your waking life, it's going to be harder to go back to the way you used to be. So just treat it like nothing ever changed.
That's a great answer. Ricketts asked another question. How can you learn to time dilate?
Oh well, the first times, what I was doing was thinking about the dream becoming longer. Like I was counting down from 60 to 1, like the seconds, and then just imagine each new second being longer than the last. I will used to do this on some tower because it was super tall and it only had stairs. So what I did was count down, then start going up and down, and see how many times I could do it while checking still second by second. I got good enough at it to be on that train for 2 or 3 days. Then I moved to different things to trying to make it for longer, and then I just try to create new worlds that will be moving faster, and then just adjust myself to their speed, so I will be on the dream also for longer periods of time.
Yeah, I also heard there was someone that instead of doing that, he used a watch and he slowed down the time on the watch, and the time
Yeah.
of the dream went longer this way. Um, there's another question from Blue. Have you ever possessed anyone in a dream? Oh yeah, you already answered in the Discord, but maybe you could explain what you did.
Yeah. Oh, well, possessing dream characters is not something I do that often. Normally, I'm myself creating a lot of trouble for everyone. But when I do it, what I do is take over their mind, make the dream character fall into a dream, and then just take over their real body and do whatever the hell I want to do. I read first their memories so I know who they're talking to, what they're saying, how they're going to be reacting, and start to have a little bit fun that way. And Carl is right. What I did was begin wars that way. I had trouble with some dream character not too long ago, like 2 months, I think. There was this dream character wanted to destroy a forest just so they could expand a part of their house. So what I did was take over their king, make them have a fight with the king of another country, and then make them fight to the death.
Yeah, that sounds amazing. I think there's almost no more questions, so maybe we should wrap it up. Do you have like any more things you want to say to anyone, to everyone that's watching?
Let me see.
Did you hear the question?
I got accustomed to the question, so I don't have anything I want to personally say. I just like dreams, and I like to have fun in them. Oh, dream fighting. I like it. Everyone should do it, please. And then journal those dreams because I like to read about dream fighting from other people.
So you hear it from the Meister himself. But if everything with fighting is out there of dreams, just I think just DM him. He would love to read it. This was my first podcast. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Maybe it was really bad. Please let me know, because I love to know what I did wrong and what I can improve on. So thank you for everyone that was watching. If you have more questions to Hukif, you can ask him in DMs or ask him in the Night Realm Discord. And that was it. Thank you all for watching. And bye. Ooh.